We'll end up on the northern step.
I forgot to turn the formation lap on. Oh.
What do you mean? Oh, no. Well, we're away, but they all seem to have recognized that it wasn't the formation lap. So we are away. Mito gets away well. Chrissy gets away well as well, trying to become the rear guard for Mito. And does so. And that's Mr. Nathan going up the inside, but he's slightly tapped around. Very nearly had contact. We've got yellow sector 1.
That's Mercedes of Wolf.
Oh, that's chaos. That's Mammal. Wolf was just putting the brakes on, keeping out of trouble. Tim's there as well. Tim involved. That seems to be the only two, actually. Wolf was just getting back. As Pampernick and Chrissy do battle for second place. Pampernick lost the position at the start. And he's desperately trying to get it back. He does not want to let Mito get away. Gwyn and Mr. Nathan locking down 4th and 5th at the minute. Vanitas has made a position. Oh, no, he hasn't. Sorry, he was 6th. I apologize. As Pampernick gets 3 seconds for multiple warnings? What?
Oh, that's soon.
That's too soon. Where was his first warning? I'm sorry, game, we're not having that. No, sir. I do feel like we need to have a look at the rules and maybe actually take it down to reduced corner cutting, because 2020 seems to be a lot stricter on the corner cutting, and it seems to be causing more problems than solutions.
Yes, that's true, but I think the reduced rules are a little bit too easy, if you ask me. But yeah, well, we should.
I mean, to be fair, we're okay with people putting some wheels off wide, because we know that the time gain is minimal. If there were any particular corners, places like Austria and stuff, then certainly we could announce that we'd be keeping an eye on those corners.
Yeah.
But I mean, Pampernick's been given 3 seconds already, and I don't even know what he feckin' did, to be quite honest.
Can't you check the race director real quick?
I'll do that. Sure. But how do you get multiple warnings in the space of half a lap?
Well, it was like 3-4 corners, so maybe.
Okay, a collision with Chrissy.
Collision with Chrissy.
Apparently,
okay.
He exceeded track limits twice. I don't see where. And then he got another track limits warning.
Well, in that case, it might be possible to cut the first chicane while hitting Chrissy.
No, but I mean, if you look at the race director, we've already got 2 full pages. And
2 full pages? Oh my god.
And as you can see, but you can see, as Elias gets 3 seconds, there's no one gaining anything here. No one is gaining any time. If anything, they're losing time as they correct it back onto the circuit.
Okay, meanwhile on the circuit, Mr. Nathan just overtook his teammate Gwyn Sender.
Oh, nicely done. But yes, I'm going to put this down. This race is evidence as my official declaration to the organizers, because I know obviously it has to go to a full vote, that we put corner cutting on reduced. It's been called now for several races, but this takes the cake. The fact that we've already got 2 full pages of exceeded track limits incidents.
Okay, and Pampernick
3 seconds. Where did he cut the corner though? Look at it. He's not gaining anything. You see what I mean?
I'm going a little bit on board with him. Let's see if he got some track somewhere.
This is... I mean, everyone's been complaining about the track limits for Spain, but this is something else, As much as we want to say we're a professional racing league, we're not,
Okay,
sorry,
yellows.
just to cut in there, we've got Nixana facing the wrong way. As Tim goes by. Nixana gets 3 seconds for multiple warnings. What? 5 seconds for corner cutting, I'm sorry, excuse me?
Yeah, that's only with a big cut if you...
and he's retired anyway. Now Razin gets 3 seconds for multiple warnings.
There's also...
And that was coming around the long right-hander. So where the hell do you cut a corner on that long right-hander at the start of the lap?
You mean the turn 3 or the last turn?
No. Razin was going through the long right-hander at the start of the lap. So you go down to turn 1, then turn left into turn 2, and then you have that long right-hander.
Yeah, if you go too wide, you get a warning there.
Okay, on some cases fair enough, but on the other cases that's complete bull because you don't even gain anything by going that far out.
No, that's true.
Because you see what I mean? The
Oh,
game.
we got
This is the problem.
Elias
This is the problem.
who lost it.
Sorry.
Oh no, it was Tim. I'm sorry.
It was Tim, sorry, yes. But this is the problem with the game, is that it only sees black and white. It only sees you're off the track or you're on the track. It doesn't matter if there was context for it, like being bumped off or, locking up a wheel or something.
Yeah, that's just too difficult for the game to see, but I think
well,
they
it shouldn't be, because there are
shouldn't
plenty
be
of other
that
racing
strict.
games that do it just fine.
Yeah,
and that's something I would say to Codemasters as well. If they want to make this a proper thing, with the esports and stuff, then they need to sort out their track limits. It's been a problem since F1 2010. Gwyn now gets 3 seconds for multiple points. You see what I mean? This is just stupid. This is genuinely stupid. If it keeps on going like this at this point, we may as well... And Falsetti now gets 3 seconds. But you know what I mean? If it keeps up at this pace, we may as well say, screw the race, we'll just throw all the names into a hat. Because that's the way the timings are going to be screwed up. But anywho, sorry.
Yeah,
hopefully we won't get any more penalties at the bottom for me to announce for a while.
We have to do something about it.
So we can go through the order. So Mito currently 2.4 in front of his teammate, who got the jump on Pampernik. Half a second down. The pit window is open for a two-stop strategy, according to the graphics. Mr. Nathan is fourth. Vanitas up to fifth. So he's making those mediums work quite nicely for himself. Gwyn in sixth. Mike seventh, having a good race. Same for Razin in eighth, or Raisin. No, it's Razin. Marky Mark in ninth. Luca, who started at the back, I should remind everyone, is currently in 10th. And holding off the two Renaults of Verstappen and Jay. In fact, Verstappen is actually having a look now. It's the closest gap on the track. We've got yellow sector one. Falsetti's gone. Try and get on board with Elias. He's gone out wide on turn
two, I guess.
That's a very unusual place to drop it. Hold on, let me see. Let's get on board. Yeah, he's just run wide and spun to the inside wall. That's very unusual. And we've got a full safety car as Wolf gets 3 seconds for multiple warnings. Even though we're under safety car and therefore he wouldn't be gaining anything.
Okay, Mitso is in the pit.
Mito takes the plunge. Both Chrissy and Pampernik responding. Now,
yeah,
this could actually screw Chrissy over here. Because if the double stack isn't quick enough, I don't think there was enough of a gap to make a quick double stack.
No, the gap is too small. It's 3.2 seconds and yeah, there it is.
And then they have to get the tires ready. I have a funny feeling that Chrissy will lose out here.
Yeah.
Simon Elite now gets a 3-second penalty.
Yeah,
Tim gets a drive-through for speeding under the safety car.
Oh, that's possible.
And Chrissy has lost out to Vanitas and Mr. Nathan. And Pampernik has gotten ahead. So that's a disaster for Chrissy. He lost about 4 places there.
Well, it depends if Pampernik got his penalty in the pit. Well, if he had to wait some seconds more.
No, because you can't serve 3-second penalties in the pits. It's only 5 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, what's happening here? Well, massive concertina effect going on here. Tim, Valdestor, and Mammal all into the pits. Let me bring up, actually see who is still to pit. Stops. Simon Elite, Verstappen, Luca, and Marky Mark are the only ones who have not pitted. But I believe Marky Mark and Luca started on the mediums, so that would make sense for them not to pit. Yep, they're on the mediums, and Lucas started on the hards. So he's going very long, so this could actually work out okay for Luca, to be honest. Marky Mark and Luca, if they can hold people back, may have actually made a very smart decision here. Only time will tell, but Marky Mark is going to be ecstatic as he's the first driver. First time I think he'll have led a lap in COR. Always a nice achievement to have. In before Luca wins this race and we have a completed last to first challenge. Cars are all
Okay, we
bottling
have
up
some
quite a bit
collisions
on
at the
straight.
pit entry.
Gwyn's got 5 seconds for a collision with Jay.
Yeah, they were.
And Jay's retired as well.
There were like
oh,
4
don't tell me.
cars at the same spot, and I don't know who it was. Maybe Jay went in the pit.
Well, Jay must have gone in first as Mike had a collision with Gwyn, apparently. Jay's left the session.
Yeah, he might be in that collision too.
Well, I'm wondering if Jay came into the pits to retire and hit the pause button, hit retire, and then because the AI took over, made the car go slow and the others plowed into the back of him. I mean, I know we say to retire in the pit lane, but you can't really do that if, we don't mean retire at the entrance to the pit. We mean go into the pit lane, let the AI take full control, and then retire.
Yeah, and then hope the AI just doesn't drive the car out like we had last race.
Yeah, because in theory, once you're in the pit, you ghost, so, there's no problem there. But there must have been something to cause a collision in the pit lane, as you said, so... So, not including... If we go on people who haven't had pit stops, although the tires are fine for Marky Mark and Luca at the minute, though they will have to stop. Mitsu's currently net lead. But given, again, I can't really even say that, because given the longer route that Marky Mark is going to take, he could still theoretically hold the lead. If any more safety cars come up, he's in a prime position.
I see Marky Mark is leaving a gap at a safety car, but I don't see the safety car in sign yet.
It said it was in this lap.
Okay, I don't see that on my screen.
Is the light still flashing on it?
I can't see the safety car anymore, but I guess we're at the beginning of the restarts.
I believe that's is that the safety car line?
Okay,
there?
yes, Marky Mark is gone. Oh, he crashes! Oh, he lost the back. He crashed to the inside wall. Lost his wing.
Luca alongside him. Did Luca make contact?
I have no idea. I was watching.
Luca tries
Marky.
to defend from Mito. Big lockup, but Luca holds on to the lead. Mike gets 5 seconds for ignoring yellow flags. So that was presumably overtaking while Marky Mark was in the wall. Marky Mark down to 12th. So Luca leads from Mitso, from Simon, from Pampernick, Mr. Nathan, Vanitas, Chrissy got absolutely screwed over by that safety car in the pit lane. Down in 7th, Verstappen 8th, Gwyn 9th, and Mike in the final point position in 10th. But his teammates coming alongside him as Razin barges his way through. And Razin takes 10th place. No quarter asked nor given between the two Ferraris, and there was certainly no love lost there. And Mike is now having to defend from Marky Mark, who also gets through.
That would damage.
Elias gets 3 seconds for multiple warnings. Mike coming back at Marky Mark.
Oh,
and and they make contact again.
And Marky Mark is
round.
gone again. Yeah, did he touch
the back.
Mammal or File Destroyer?
He touched the back of Elias from what I saw.
Elias, yeah.
Jay says, mate, we do love people going in AI. So there must, as I said, there must have been something to do with the AI in the pits there.
Okay, Wolf's come in now. He's getting a new
Tim gets 3
front wing.
seconds for multiple warnings. I'm not even surprised at this point. Lucas still holding on to the lead. And his hards have only done 9 laps, so... I mean, theoretically, he could try and hold on to pit at the same time as Mitso and be in a genuine fight for position. We're approaching half race distance within 6 laps or so. I don't know, there's potential here for the Williams driver. As Val Destroyer now gets 3 seconds. This is getting ridiculous. There are going to be so many appeals to remove warnings.
Yeah, it's okay to appeal those warnings, but don't forget to make screenshots of your full race director in that case.
You got yellow sector 3, that's a McLaren around the runway, it's Elias. His DRS is now enabled. And just in time as Mitso... No, he doesn't have DRS open, he's going to the outside. And he... Ooh, that was close, he cut across Luca a little bit there. But he makes the move stick, and Mitso is released.
That's another 3 seconds for Gwyn Sender.
No, do you know what, mate? I'm just ignoring them at this point.
Yeah, we could ignore them, but on the other hand...
I honestly think we should, because obviously this track, I don't know what they've done with the track limits here, but this is getting ridiculous.
Yeah, but also...
You know, this isn't like, you know, being bumped wide and balanced. This is just people going round normally, and the game's saying, you cut a corner, you cut a corner, you cut a corner.
Yeah, but...
Team at Marduk doesn't cut that many corners.
But we also don't know anymore what position everyone is driving.
There's Marky Mark in 16th. Just got one for corner cutting apparently, and he's not even anywhere near a part where you consider corner cutting. 3 seconds, it's a joke.
Okay, Pernick has DRS on Simon Elite now, on the main straight.
Simon's forming a bit of a train behind him, and Pampernick needs to get past this.
No, that's no problem at all.
And he makes it through. Is anyone else having a go? Chrissy, meanwhile, is trying to get past Vanitas. And does so, does he? Not quite. Vanitas comes back at him. I don't want the over-the-shoulder camera, please, game. Please give me an actual decent camera shot.
Okay, there we have a Ferrari facing
Mike
the
and
wrong
Razin
direction.
are battling as well. That's Razin facing the wrong way round, I believe. Marky Mark retired. Meanwhile, the two, Mr. Nathan having a go at Simon as well. Simon really isn't in this fight. He's on the wrong compounded tyre, and they're getting on a bit. This isn't really his fight, but he is entitled to fight for position. Mr. Nathan makes it through. Mr. Nathan up to 4th. Now Vanitas trying to get past for 5th place. It's all picking up here. Goes to the inside. Doesn't even have to squeeze the brakes that hard. He makes it through. Those medium tyres are going for Simon Lee. They're 11 laps old. He's going to start struggling. Now Chrissy needs to get through as well. Lovely on the nose shot there. That's lovely. Great camera work for once. Look at that. As Pampernick sets the fastest lap of the race, he's a man on a mission. 2 tenths to Luca and then 2 seconds to Mitso up in front.
Chrissy alongside Simon.
Pampernick is into 2nd. As Chrissy does make it past Simon Lee as well. There's battles going on all up the track. Wolf has a penalty as well. So everyone's got past Simon now. The bottleneck is cleared. Now it's up the road now. As Pampernick sets off in pursuit of Mitso, his longtime rival. Luca still in 3rd at the minute, but on 12-lap-old hards. Should still be good for a while, but they will not have the pace they wanted. Okay, no, I was riding with Pampernick there. That was not a corner cut. Not on your life. I'm genuinely saying that we should ignore the 3-second penalties on this, because this is just stupid. There's no way we can review all of these. And I guarantee you, there's Luca with one as well. He didn't even make it to the corner. He went wide. He lost time. I'm sorry to be getting passionate about this, but this is screwing so many people over when they don't deserve it. I'll tell you why this needs to go as well, is because what does this say to the drivers? You can't push because if you make a slight mistake, it's going to ruin your race. We want hard, aggressive racing. We want people taking risks. We don't want them to be punished for going 2 centimeters over a line. Vanitas now gets one.
I was riding with him and I couldn't see anything at all, if you ask me.
Exactly. And I wouldn't put it. I would put money on it that it's the same for every single one of these penalties.
Yeah, I think we got
Mike now gets one.
We got a big problem at the end reviewing all those penalties.
I'm saying we don't. I'm saying we just dismiss them because clearly they haven't calibrated the track limits properly here.
Yeah, we can dismiss them, but it's still a very long list to count all.
Well, it'll certainly be less time to count all the penalties and reduce the times rather than, by all means we'll review the 5-second ones for collisions and stuff like that, but these corner cutting ones are a joke. There is no way. We've seen plenty of other tracks. On other tracks we're lucky if we get maybe 3 different drivers having multiple warning penalties? I don't know what they did to Spain's track limits, but they are broken beyond belief. Like, really broken.
Oh, that's Vanitas on the inside of Luca.
He's trying to clear him. Luca hangs it in there, round the outside. Comes the inside for next. Are you serious, game? Luca's just been given 3 seconds. Now, where was he supposed to go there? He was alongside Vanitas. He couldn't move over. He couldn't move towards the track because Vanitas' car was there. So he had to go wide. That is appalling that was given a 3-second penalty. Absolutely appalling. Because what we're saying now with that is, the game is basically saying, no, you can't go side by side, because if you do, then there's a chance I'll give you a penalty because you went 2 centimeters off a track. Mr. Nathan sets the fastest lap of the race. Vanitas has a go down the back straight now, and Chrissy trying to follow him through. And does so. Lovely bit of opportunistic driving from Chrissy. So, Luca down to 6th. 15 laps he spent on those hard compound tyres. And next one down the road from him is his teammate. Meanwhile, Simon Leake comes out of the pits. He's behind Tim now. Mitso just controlling the pace at the minute. Pampernuk trying to catch up, but obviously he's trying to be wary of track limits as well. And he can't push. Well, he can push, but then he runs the risk of going ever so slightly wide. I'm going to ride on board with him for a bit just to see. Especially since the gaps are spreading out a little bit. Mike is the nearest on track to Val Destroyer in 9th and 10th. Now, to me, this is all looking as clean as you like. Slight lock up there, but it's as clean as you like. But for all I know, he's got another 2 warnings already. Because, of course, the game doesn't show those bits.
Okay, in the chat we see Mark who tells us his tires didn't heat up enough.
Oh, sorry, you're talking about the stream chat.
Cost him to
I thought
spin.
you were talking about the Discord cat.
Yeah, he's
the Discord cat? Sorry, the Discord chat.
He posted it in both.
And Chrissy is now the fastest man on track in his pursuit of Mr. Nathan. So Chrissy did get past Vanitas while we were away there, sorry. As Mike and Val Destroyer continue to do battle. Val Destroyer around the outside, becomes the inside from the next corner, very nicely done. Lockups everywhere as I flick through the cameras. Fantas keeping Chrissy honest, though. And Luca hasn't exactly fallen by the wayside either. Within a second of Vanitas here. On 17-lap-old hards. Could Mr. Nathan finally get that podium? Of course, he has stood on the podium, but it was removed after time penalties were taken into account. In Vietnam, I believe that was. So could he finally legit get on the podium and stay there? Just over 2 seconds, 2.1 the gap between Mito and Pampernik. And Chrissy drawing ever closer to the Alfa Romeo. His teammate Gwyn, meanwhile, currently in 8th place, so not a bad showing from the Alphas. But as Chrissy draws ever closer, so too does Vanitas. Vanitas is not letting go. I won't let go, Jack. Wolf gets another 3 seconds, presumably for nothing. Poor old Wolf is about to get lapped here. You can see on the map he's only about 3 corners up the road. Ooh, big lock-up from Chrissy. Wolf has called it quits and he's retired in the pit lane, so fair dues. He followed the rules. Now, will Chrissy get him on the back straight? Does he have the power? Mr. Nathan is good at saving the battery, though. But,
he's
wow.
getting close.
Oh my god. Do you want to know something there? Do you want to know a fun fact? Chrissy wasn't even using battery there. Chrissy was charging the battery. I saw the red light flashing at the back. Holy cow, the DRS is powerful. And Wolf's car has come back onto the track for some reason. I have no idea why. Because he retired in the pit lane.
Yeah, just a stupid glitch in the game already.
Oh, and Razin had a wee spin there. Wolf's car still going around. It now stops just in front of Tim, who ghosts through it. Thank the Lord he ghosted. Else that would have been a feckin' disaster. And Wolf's car finally disappears into the ether. Yeah, still 2 seconds the gap between Mitsu. Pampernik. Chrissy did get past Mr. Nathan. I'm sorry, is that every time something else comes up, then that's when they decide to make the move. As Wolf leaves the session now, Vanitas looking to get past as well. Has DRS. But not quite close enough this time. Mr. Nathan's still in range of Chrissy's DRS as well, it should be said. Meantime, who's that? That's Mike doing battle with the Val Destroyer for 8th and 9th at the minute. Tim jumps up a few places as Elias and Razin are both in the pits. Luca, interestingly, has switched to the soft compound tyre. Now, I really don't see the soft making it 12 laps to the end. So, I don't know, can you explain that one, Anthony? Do you think they could make it?
No, they won't make it, or at least 80-90% tire wear. I don't think it's a good choice for him, but, well, he can prove us wrong.
I don't know, I would play it safe going for the mediums, because he's in the point still. Well, the point, singular.
Yeah, I would have gone for the mediums, just, because they would at least do 15 laps or something. I think the softs are all dead at that time.
Well, I wonder maybe if he's counting on another safety car.
Yeah, probably, but...
Because if he did get that, then... Well... we'd all be shut up, wouldn't we? I believe he went purple sector 2 as well. So he won't get fastest lap this time around, of course, because it was the lap that he just came out of the pit zone, but he overtakes his teammate who has gone on to the mediums. So Williams currently running 9th and 10th. If they could do that in real life, I bet they'd be ecstatic. And Vanitas gets 3 seconds. Oh wow, do you know what I've just seen?
No.
Do you know where he got that penalty?
No.
You know the little quick chicane before you go up the hill to the right-hander?
Turn 6 and 7.
You see on the minimap where the number 2 is, where it shows the start of sector 2, you've got
Yeah,
that
that's
long right-hander.
turn 8
Just
or
before
turn
that,
9.
you've got a little left-right kink.
Yeah.
They're picking up all the penalties there, and that's also that corner where for some reason the car always bottoms out and you go wide.
Okay, we
So
have
that's just
Ferrari that's off. That's Razin. And
so yeah,
he has
it's so
very
easy for the
overheated.
car to bottom out there, and of course the game would pick up penalties there. But again, that's what Nixana was on about with context. If you were losing control of the car in a slide, like you would very easily do in those corners, of course you wouldn't get a penalty. But the game obviously doesn't register that and gives you a penalty anyway. Val Destroyer and Mike are locked in combat as Gwyn enters the pits and comes out on the mediums. Mike right on as Chrissy gets 3 for multiple warnings now. Funnily enough, at that exact same corner I was mentioning. What is Luca thinking here? I mean, as Razum retires, I'm assuming that Luca chose this strategy. I can't see the game putting him onto a 2-stopper if he started on the hards. Luca gets 3 seconds, even though he did nothing wrong. Because I was watching him. Meanwhile, out the front, Mr. Nathan's starting to come under pressure from the 2 Alpha Tauris. Well, just one at the minute, in the form of Vanitas. But again, Chrissy is not exactly breaking away. It's still within the 1-second DRS range. Speaking of breaking away, as Mammal does the fastest lap in the Williams, Pampernick is now under 2 seconds. It's 1.7 the gap between first and second. Luca's off. I thought he was I thought he was letting his teammate by, but I just cut to it to see if that was the case, and Luca's spun into the wall. He's currently ghosted, missing half a front wing, and well, he'll be taking a return trip to the pits now, I think. Dropping right down the order. It's all gone wrong for Luca. 1.5 the gap now, so as the tyres wear off, Pampernick seems to be coping better with them. Now here's an interesting point. Are they trying to eke these out to get on the softs, or would you say they would be better going for the mediums?
Well, if you pit it this time, you could make the gamble to go to the softs. But like Luca did well, like 3-4 laps ago, I wouldn't do it. 8 laps is doable on the softs.
Would it be ideal, or what would you say the ideal pit window is for the softs?
Well,
when would you, if you were driving that car, when would you think, right, I can get the softs comfortably to the end now?
Comfortably to the end, like 6-7 laps. But most likely you get old sets if you use them all in the qualification. But 6-7 laps at least.
So they need to eke it out for another 2 or 3 laps, which it looks like they're able to do, although Pampernick can definitely do it more comfortably. Now, here's the thing. Could he anticipate Mitsu and maybe say, right, well, I'll try an undercut? Because Chrissy would want to do the same, but he would have to wait a lap as well. Does Pampernick maybe roll the dice and,
I know
go into the pits?
There are both drivers that can drive with very worn tires, so I'm not surprised if they would go to the end. But if Pampernick enters the pit, then I think Mitsu will immediately follow him to protect an undercut. Because,
Or alternatively, at this stage, if Pampernick pitted, would Mito maybe say, right, I'll take the gamble and try and take these all the way to the end?
no, I don't think he's got enough life left in those old tires, so I think he would be forced to a pit stop as well.
Alrighty, well, I'll
But
let you know personally if it was my
if they
opinion,
have to
I would...
drive like eight laps or something. The closer they get to the finish, the less that the chance will be. So he might as well finish it on the hards.
I think if I was Pampernick at this point, I'd be thinking, right, maybe next lap I'll pit and try and force Mito in. Because, of course, then it's a win-win for Pampernick, because if he does pit and forces one of the racing points in, he comes out on faster rubber before they do, and he also covers himself off. If Mito pits in response, then Chrissy would have to wait an extra lap to avoid double stacking. And if Chrissy pits first, then Mito would have to wait an extra lap anyway.
Yeah, if they want to pit, they have to do it now, or else it's too late to make to make 20 seconds you lose back.
I think actually where are we, lap 27 now, so 6 laps including this one.
I don't think they're going to stop. There's a McLaren off.
That is Tim. Simon gets 5 seconds for a severe collision with Tim. So was there contact in the battle there? We've got carbon fiber flying off. That's Elias losing his end plate against Verstappen. We have a virtual safety car. So now would be the perfect time to pit. Who is coming up to the pit lane? Gwyn drives on, so Simon would be next. He'll have to pit anyway, presumably. He does. Who else is going in? Elias goes in, but he has damage as well. Okay, so no one pitting under the virtual safety car unless they have damage.
Well, the front isn't at the pit entry yet.
Yeah, no. Well, we're out of virtual safety car anyway. It was too short to do anything, so never mind that. But Pampernick has taken advantage. He got the jump. He's within a second. He got the jump on that safety car on that virtual safety car restart perfectly, and he is now within potential striking distance.
He messes up the chicane.
He did mess up the chicane a bit. 1.3, still closer than he was. And if he's managing these worn tires better... Hello, what's this? There's some traffic up ahead. In the form of Simon Elite. On fresh softs. Now, he should move over, but if he's quick enough, is there any point in him moving over? Because then he'll just want to unlap himself. This is where it gets awkward. We saw what happened with the fiasco with unlapping when Ocon and Verstappen came together back in 2018 in Brazil. Although I think Simon Elite has chosen to pause and ghost himself to allow the leaders to phase through him. Nope, he's back in, so it's probably just lag. No, he is ghost. He can't make up his mind. He seems back in now.
Yeah, he's
so will he try and pull away?
Yeah, he goes out of the way.
Over. I will force the yellows out. 1.3 the gap. 1.4 now. And yeah, it looks like these two are going on to the end. You shall go on to the end. Suppose that is the best bet. The hards seems like they will last the distance. But Vanitas is not done yet. He's half a second behind Chrissy and wants that podium. Because if we are taking all the 3 seconds out, then I believe that Chrissy does have... Chrissy might have... I can't recall if Chrissy had a contact penalty or if he was the victim of a contact penalty. By which I mean someone else got a penalty because they made contact with him. I do seem to remember Chrissy's name coming up in something. As Val Destroyer sets the fastest lap of the race. So he's in the top 10. He will get a point for that if he stays in that top 10. But he's 4 seconds behind Gwyn. I doubt he'll make it ahead of him. Main battle at the minute, Vanitas and IX Chrissy. Is for the final podium as Elias sets the fastest lap, but he's not in the top 10. And he's 21 seconds adrift of the point. So there goes the fastest lap point. Unless Mito pulls something out of the bag in the next couple of laps, but on 22 lap old hards, that seems unlikely.
Okay, we have an attack of Vanitas on Chrissy.
Ooh,
First corner.
that's close. Not quite close enough. Can he hang tight through the right-hander, get a run down into the corner? He's hung tight, but not tight enough. It's difficult to overtake round Spain, it must be said. But if he stays close... Oh, big lock up there. If he stays close, he should get in with DRS on the next lap.
Yeah, but only on the main straight, because the second DRS straight is just too short to overtake.
So what we're learning here, what I'm seeing is that Pampernik and Vanitas definitely seem to do better the longer the tyres are on the car. The more worn they are, they seem to cope with them better than the likes of Mitso and Chrissy. Because although Pampernik isn't gaining on Mitso hand over fist, he's definitely closer than he was when the tyres were fresh. And Vanitas certainly crawling all over the back of Chrissy. But Chrissy got a pretty good run out of the corner, so too did Vanitas though. And with DRS, the yellows in sector 3, that's McLaren round the wrong way. Moves to the inside to defend, and chuts back across, slight lock up. Great defense there from Chrissy. That's what we want to see. More yellows in sector 3. Is that,
it's the McLaren again. I think it's Tim. Yeah, he spun.
That's a shame, because Tim was actually doing quite well early on. He was consistent.
Yeah, now his tires are too hot. Now he can't do anything. He's going to the pit.
Presumably to retire there.
Yeah. He got 5 seconds as well.
There's no point fighting for fastest lap because he'll not get top 10. Vanitas is still close. Gaining, but good luck finding a way around there.
Yeah, he has to be at least at 3/10 at last corner.
Well, it's 4/10 at the minute. It's all about the run through the chicane. Whoever gets the better run through the chicane.
That's a good exit for Chrissy, not that good for Vanitas.
I think they both had good exits. It's just the fact that I think it's when they're deploying the power. Chrissy seems to deploy the power straight after the chicane, whereas Vanitas seems to wait until he's past that final corner and onto the main straight. Because you see how quickly Chrissy pulls away out of the chicane, but then Vanitas starts catching up all the way along that back straight. And now you see Chrissy harvesting for most of the lap here to deploy that power in that same spot. He's got 2 laps left to do it. Lock up from Chrissy there, though. This is still the main battle on the track. No one else is really close at the minute. This is the second time today I've seen an AlphaTauri being the main focus of attention. In the real race it was Gasly. Here it's Vanitas. He has a snifter. The snifter's all he gets. Pampernik gets another 3 seconds. Oh, that's not fair, because he was moving through traffic. He had to go through a ghost car. That's bull. I'm noticing that Vanitas takes those corners very sharply. Have you noticed that? He bumps over the curb quite a bit more than Chrissy does.
Yeah, he attacks the corners more aggressively, yes.
I just thought,
okay.
Chrissy is charging. Chrissy's charging his battery. He's not done it properly this time, and Vanitas takes it. Now, can Vanitas hold on into the final lap? Of course, this may all change with penalty times, but I think, as I say, we'll probably remove the 3-second ones because track limits have been a bit of a joke here today. But on track, Vanitas on the last lap has snatched the podium from Chrissy. Can Chrissy do anything about it? Another lock-up from Vanitas. Tim with 3 seconds. He's already a lot down. 25 laps these hards have done. That's bloody impressive from all of them, I must say. There'll be 26 at the end of this.
Yeah, I hope they post some screenshots of the tire wear, the top 3-4 drivers. I really want to see that.
Don't worry, when they come across the line, you'll see them. The tires will basically be squares. So Chrissy will have one chance to get a good run, I would say, out of the final corner, unless he lunges into the chicane, but that's a very risky move to pull.
Okay, meanwhile, the last corner for Mitso.
Oh, big lockup. He thought about it, did Chrissy? As Pampurian comes around the final corner, he does cross the line in second officially.
Drops back to fourth. Fifth.
Mr. Nathan second. I'm sorry, what? As
There's
much as I would love
there's a lot
that-
going on.
Yeah, as much as I would love that, I think a lot of that's down to bullshit penalties.
Yeah, most likely.
And you know, I'm sorry because I would love Mr. Nathan to be on the podium. I really would. Mammal in sixth and stays sixth. Mike will come round for seventh. Gwyn will be in eighth. Sorry, he moves up to seventh, and that
Okay,
one
the
might stay
Discord's
because there's
going
a 5
wild
second
now.
penalty for Mike. So that one could stick around. Val Destroyer now shoots up to seventh. So Gwyn's 8, Mike 9th. Verstappen will hold on to 10th. And he shoots up to 8th. What? Yeah, this is just getting silly now. Like I said, you may as well put the names in a hat, because that's basically what we've done here. Simon is 12th. Tim is 13th. Elias, who I believe still has the fastest lap, will come home in 11th. Obviously, he won't get any points for that, but hey, it's something if you take the fastest lap. Val Destroyer with driver of the day. And a fairly interesting race, but also what a mess of a track.
Oh, what a race.
That was something else.
No, that was just... This is just stupid. This is like how...
Can we just send this video to Codemasters? And
Yeah,
send them stream
they
to
have to
Codemasters
do
and say,
something about it.
"Fix
This is.
That was, that was ridiculous. That really was. I've never seen quite so many penalties, and having witnessed a fair few of them myself, I can say that at least 80% of them were bull. They really were. Either people correcting mistakes and being penalized for them, ghosting through cars and being penalized for it, or going 1 centimeter wider and being penalized for it.
Yeah, I think we got like 10 pages of warnings in the race director.
I'll be damned if I'm not going to ask people to post all of them, because that's a ridiculous thing to ask.